Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming out today with a Veve OMI GrumpyCat 4chan update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And become a member, join Patreon, and raythax.dth domain name. So we'll start off with 4chan. 4chan having the lowest market cap out of all three cryptos I'll talk about at 2.93 million, but it is catching up to GrumpyCat. Despite only having just over 100,000 in volume, a lot of the people are hodling. I know a lot of good people here are really holding this till the end. They're like, hey, we really like this. We've been shilling to a lot of different other places. They just had a $5,000 donation to their war chest to get on DEXs, to get on CEXs, and just for marketing. On top of that, again, like I said, you have them at a $2.93 million market cap, which is just behind GrumpyCat. And GrumpyCat is over $1 million in volume for the past 5 days. It has outperformed OMI in volume for the last week. And it has about $3.5 million market cap. Obviously, the whole market did come down just because SEC is trying to sue everyone. I don't remember that scene from the Mummy. This is a curse. That is a curse. Same thing with SEC, you're a security, that's a security. Meanwhile, none of these are securities. Also, I find it a little odd that you do have Gary Gensler that did try to be a part of Binance and apply to them, and he got denied X amount of years ago, and now suddenly he's suing them. I just feel like there's a major conflict of interest there. Comment down below if you agree. OMI actually up on the day, 0.4%. It is at 000605, has 635,000 in volume. So with this, again, I don't think this ever made it below 0006 over the past couple weeks. Originally, you know, like 2 months ago, it did go, I think, to 0055, and that was it. Again, all the people at TA that said 0004. If this isn't if it hasn't hit there yet, I don't think it's going to go down there. I have no issue trying to buy down here. I have put pause on buying for a while. I've been focusing a little more on Veve, trying to get a couple of things like the number 43 Lukes, some other Lukes, and then also GrumpyCat, 4chan, etc. Anyway, moving on. So we do have an update from Veve saying, reminder, there is no deadline to craft the secret rare Infinity Gauntlet. However, collectors who do so before 10 June 2023 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that's 2:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, would be on the 11th. But if they do it before then, you do qualify for the Thanos collectible airdrops. If you get the secret rare gauntlet by using the Eye of Agamotto, common, uncommon, whatever it is, you just get the Philosopher Thanos, you know, that thinking Thanos. If you do it with the secret rare Eye of Agamotto, which is, it's crazy. The secret rare Eye of Agamotto, I know it's very scarce. It's like double the price of a Todd, which is ridiculous. But yeah, if you burn that, only if you light like over $1,000 on fire, do you go and get that secret rare airdrop Thanos? And I don't know how much that's going to be worth, but we shall see. But be advised, if you decide that in the future, oh, hey, you know what, I really want one minted on my own, and we'll get more into minting in a little bit. If you want that on your own, you'll always have that option. It's never off the table. You know how Rachel said to Ross when they were talking about Boinkin, she's like, oh, with us, it's never off the table. Same thing with this. It's not something that's just going to take away. It's something that's always going to be there. Anyway, moving on. For June 7th, we had $125,287 in gem purchases, which I thought was really cool. People having fun with their Hulks. We have Gwentron saying, hey, here's a Magic Mike show, but with Hulks. I think all they need is a black couch and a She-Hulk over there, and I think they're set. Comment down below if you get that reference. Pro the Doge yesterday had said, I mentioned in my YouTube video that I'm starting to get interested in NFTs. I think the NFT mini bull run is coming soon. Would love to buy into some projects, but not sure what the best NFTs are. If you have a project you like, please let me know so I can go check them out. And of course, you have a bunch of people talking about Veve Official, all their amazing NFTs that they have. And I was like, oh, yeah. I posted a picture of an ultra rare Spider-Man that I had. It's an old picture. And he says, oh, is that like the super rare or like the ultra rare? I was like, well, this is the ultra rare. He's like, what's better, the ultra or super rare? I was like, oh, well, it goes common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, and then secret rare. You know, those tend to be the best, depending on which one. But yeah, those tend to be the most coveted. You know, he has OMI. He likes OMI. He likes Veve Official. He has a bunch of the NFTs. He just hasn't had a hasn't had much interactive with him. That I feel like now would be a pretty good time for him to get back in. I talk to him, I touch base with him every now and then, but I'm not his main point of contact for Veve. Boss man texted me last night, and he's just like, "Hey, I got the Ant-Man set. But they're not giving me the full set because there's another one." I was like, "Oh yeah, you have to go and get the MODOK." So he has that. He got all of them sub 100. Even though I said, "Hey, the MODOK, there's a couple of sub 100s that are like under $100. You can get that." Nope, he got the number 46. He got a sub 50. Guys, there are sub 100s obviously carry a premium, but sub 50s carry even more of a premium. Comment down below if you want me to go over that in a video, like exactly what the formula is for breaking that down. But yeah, it's going to be different for each one, for each rarity, each collectible, but I can give you a base idea with that. People are going hard on sub 50s. Being real with you, Post, I received an email requesting participation in a survey. Came from no reply at comms.vvmail.me. Can you confirm it's legitimate? And Veve said, yes, it is. So if you did get an email from a no reply at comms.vvmail.me, it is Veve. Eventually, they did post on their Twitter, "Oh, hey, if you haven't gotten an email or it's in your spam, you don't know how to get to it, click here," and then they go and they posted a link to it. It takes like 3 or 4 minutes to do. It's like, what's your favorite collectible on Veve? What's your favorite NFT? Why do you collect? What do you do? You know, it's that type of stuff. And I went and did it, and there was you get entered to get a free collectible. Like it's, are you guaranteed the free collectible? No, but are you eligible to get one? I think if you have a couple minutes, whether you're on the toilet or you're, in between classes or you're going to school, whatever it is, yeah, do it. It gives Veve some good feedback, and be honest with it, give them your honest feedback, and then you have potential to get a free collectible. I think that's pretty dope. Okay, so there is an interesting conversation that's been happening in the Proof Collective Discord. They're talking about the chromey squiggles and about the added value of having a 0 squiggle mint, meaning that someone that hasn't bought from someone on OpenSea or hasn't bought someone from the secondary market. 0 mint meaning that they minted it themselves. Where else have you heard people talking about it where, oh, this has only had one owner? Not that they've been passed around like a $2 hot dog. And I guarantee you, because it's already being talked about in other projects, I've mentioned it before, that if you have a Veve digital collectible that you minted yourself, it is going to be a bit more valuable than another collectible of the same price, whether it's 3-digit, 4-digit, whatever. And that's been passed around a couple times. That's had multiple different owners. What do you want? Do you want something that's only had one owner, or do you want something that's had several owners? Most likely you want something that's just had one owner. I'm just throwing that out there. Oh yeah, here's something from Watcher Guru saying Gary Gensler did apply to serve as an advisor for Binance in 2019 before becoming SEC chair, court filing says. Oh, Gary. Somebody says it's like when a YouTuber doesn't feel they get enough love from Veve, so they become a 24/7 Veve butter. Some Veve money here. So Tarzan Planet of the Apes, when that came out, I completely forgot that was even a drop yesterday. The Red Girl, the series Planet of the Apes, the characters were Martius Calban, Numa, Olga, Stern, and Tarzan. It was only 3,500 mints, so it's 7 a thing. So they made $20-something thousand with it. Again, I completely forgot that was a thing that they were doing. But speaking of which, they had a couple of good things. So something I really wanted to mention is the Hulk. The Hulk, most of yesterday, it didn't have the buy now button there that it does right now. The one for the Maestro. There we go. It just had a, hey, this is for the wait list. It will be back. And it had a 15-minute timer, but it wasn't going down. You really couldn't get it yesterday. But since today, we've had a couple hundred more be bought. So in the last, I'm going to say 34 hours, they made about 87K over on the drop. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then the Spidey 2099, which I never went over, that had 10,000 copies, $7 each. That sold out. So they've been doing really, really well. And the Edge of the Spider-Verse one, again, I had zero idea who this character was. We read the description. It says the first appearance of SPDR. People had commented down below in the comments the other day when I mentioned it, saying, I don't know who this character is. If you want to skip. But there was only 5,000 comics, and again, this sold out pretty quickly. So they've been killing it, selling out every drop, and it wasn't just like close. Obviously, they didn't sell out the Maestro, the Hulk one. I do expect that to sell out at some point the same way the Hulk did, even though it was 2 months later. I don't expect this to take 2 months. I expect it to take maybe a month, maybe a month and a half, just because it seems like things are moving along for Veve. They have a DuckTales comic tomorrow, a Donald Duck, the true origin of the diabolical Duck Avenger. I'm not going to lie, I might get this just to read, just because it seems kind of cool. There are 10,000 of them. I don't know if it'll sell out, so I might just grab a common or an uncommon in the after event, in the aftermarket. But yeah, it just seems fun to read. Like, I want to know who is the diabolical Duck Avenger. It just seems fun. Anyway, I talked yesterday about risk. Today, I will talk about sacrifice. And sometimes you have to sacrifice something that you love for something that you want, and that might be necessary. I am sacrificing my master rank. Sold a bunch of stuff. I'm down to Diamond 1. I have a couple thousand gems now. I'm trying to make a big purchase, and I will get there at some point, unless the prices for things keep going up and up and up. This is why I always say get the most expensive item first if you're looking for a set. Why? Because if the most expensive item is $1,000 and the least expensive item is $100, well, if the least expensive item doubles in price, it's only an extra $100. If the most expensive item in price doubles, well, that's an extra $1,000. So generally in collecting, that is what you want to do. I am trying my very best, and I am sacrificing the master rank. I'm no longer in the top 400. In the next couple of weeks, I might even drop out of the top 500. It is probably not as cool as the number 43 Luke Skywalkers that I have. I think there are not a ton of things that are going to be better than that. But it will be kind of, I think you'll be like, oh, hey, that's pretty nice. I'll keep you all posted on that as that continues on. I was supposed to be traveling today because the air quality index, or AQI, meaning like, oh, is the air good to breathe? Yesterday, if it's anything over 100, it's not good to breathe, and it was at like 352 yesterday, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. And then I woke up this morning and thankfully, and then things weren't fine. They were still not good, but they were much better than yesterday. So I was like, okay, I don't need to travel. I'll continue doing, whatever. But comment down below if it's if the smog is affecting you, smog, and if it looks like you're in Diablo. We have Death Bunny going out and saying, I don't think people understand how unique and amazing Veve is. It is a private company that is not backed by any mega corporations, yet Veve still managed to take the lead. Palm by Warner Bros. And Microsoft, HRO by Cartmundi and Warner Bros., Cryptoys by Mattel, Quid by Animoca. Veve is just by itself. Love it. So Dr. Prophet, I don't know why, so be advised, if you get notifications from a tweet that happened like a year ago, for whatever reason, someone comments on it or someone likes it, you get a notification of it. I went through this today. Someone liked a tweet that Dr. Prophet had made in February of last year, and I was just tagged in it, so I got the notification. And it says, here's a selection of Veve NFTs I will never sell. And in it, you have the Todd Batman, the Riso Batman, the Partner statue, and the Spidey. I don't know if that's Secret Rare or I think that's Secret Rare Spidey. Yeah, it's pretty dope. And when he says he'll never sell, well, he hasn't sold any now, and I've been trying to get my new whale into any one of these. He'll be like, no, partner statue's too much, yet we'll spend like $1,000 a week on other smaller things. Like, could have gotten a partner statue by now. Same thing with the Todd, same thing with the Riso. The only thing out of that is just the Secret Rare Spidey is over $5,000, which is a lot. I'm not saying that it's a lot, like, oh, it's too expensive. I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of money. $5,000 is quite a lot. Anyway, Comics and Crypto reports that a PSA card graded from 2022 top Star Wars Chrome Galaxy Superfractor number 2 Darth Vader, which is a one of one. There's only one of these cards for PSA 9 sold on Golden Auctions for $24,600. And there's a little bit of controversy about that. Some people are just like, okay, well, you could make another one of one every single year, and this card is worth poop. And I understand that, but coming from Pokemon, coming from the best IP, you have scarce trophies all the time. And the scarce trophies that are created every single year don't take away from the scarce trophies that were there the year before or the year prior. There's a new Charizard coming out every year. like every 16 to 24 months. And guess what? The value of the blueback Top Sun, the value of the Blaine's Charizard, the value of the base set Charizard, that doesn't decrease because new Charizards are made. I just feel like, and especially when it's have a one of one, all it takes is a couple of people to go and try to buy that. Even if most people do not care or do not like, and they think like, oh, this is a super niche thing, all it takes is a couple whales to go in and really have a bidding war. You've seen that multiple times on Veve with a lot of stuff, with certain mint numbers for partner statues, Spider-Man, Todd, etc., and all that noise, all that jazz. All right, conspiracy time. We have companies in the NFT space. We forget in our generation that things don't have to be physical. They can be digital, and they have meaning to people, end quote, Bob Iger. So this is, and as you see there's an Elsa, there's a partner statue, there's a Bart, there's Bart twice. And the reason why I brought this up, where is this from? Well, Veve Meister says, meanwhile today, at a digital marketing event in Amsterdam, Bob Iger was being cited on a slide with plenty of Disney golden moments. Someone tracked down the speaker to suggest a little Veve logo would have been nice. This was found by Nexclusive86 over on the Twitter. But it's really nice to see that other people talking about Web3 and talking about the digital space are mentioning, even if they don't have Veve on there, they mention Bob Iger, they mention Disney, and you see the Disney golden moments, which you can only get on Veve. Digital Collectibles, Veve has reported, fun fact, at the time of issue, New Zealand used British currency, and the original face values of these stamps that they're releasing soon range from a half a penny to 2 shillings. That's heckin' wild. But that does release, I'm going to say on Friday? No, it is on Saturday. Those release on Saturday. You have the Diabolical Duck Avenger that is dropping on Friday, and then on Saturday is those New Zealand postal stamps. Speaking of postal stamps, I don't remember if I covered this or not, but if you hold all of the most recent stamps, the USPS Presidential Series from 1938, Series 1 Collectibles from 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on June 9th through midnight Pacific Standard Time, again on June 9th, 2023, you receive a 1938 White House collectible to add to your set. So there is a free airdrop. You just have to collect the whole set. And again, I don't know if I reported on that. I don't know how many people completed that, but that's what it is. We have Mr. MC1 going and tweeting on the Twitter saying, the Veve logo represents intrinsic value fans see in the brand with adjacent for age and scarcity. Gold card is at 4K plus. I think it's about 4,500 right now. And others, which are also up, is more valuable than people expected or think. Hashtag believe in Veve, at David Yu, at Veve Official. And he shows off 2 of his Veve Gold logos and then his matching 120 set that he has of the new logos. A lot of people are... I'll talk on that in a second. That's pretty cool. Shout out to Eternal Con for promoting me in their 10th anniversary of Long Island Comic Con. That is me in the middle as Deadpool. I'm not going to be there, but they're promoting me, so good on them, I guess. Okay, so on Facebook, I see, always a part of Pokemon groups, comic groups, obviously Veve and stuff. So we have somebody that says, I'm crushed. I sent in a 9.4, this is Amazing Spider-Man 252. I sent in a 9.4 and got back an 8.5. I'm not bashing CGC, I just know that things happen and there's a lot of change happening with grading consistency, but still, I'm crushed, I'm sad, I'm venting. And the reason why this person sent it in was because he happened to go and wanted to get it signed. So it went from that blue logo to that yellow logo, and it went from a 9.4 to an 8.5, which you typically don't want to see. But grading companies, there's a lot of inconsistency. A lot of people like newer labels for the grading because now it's a little more consistent. But back in the day, if you have an old label for like a PSA 10 Charizard, it's not a PSA 10. It's probably a PSA 9 or PSA 8. There's some stuff that's a bunch of whitening on the back. There's spotting. There's edge wear. There just tend to be a lot of different things. Some things were off center or a scratch on the hollow. Like, it's still a 10. Obviously, it is much stricter now. BGS is really good, grades 9 and above. Anything below that, things get a little wonky, or at least it has in the past. Maybe they've changed in the past couple months. I don't know. But typically with BGS for Pokemon, if it's below like a 9, you really don't want to get it. But this is where digital collectibles come in. you don't like it's automatically it's perfect as far as the condition. There's no wear and tear. The only thing I would think that is subjective, and again, it's to each their own. How many owners has it had? What's the mint number? How many? And if is it a low mint or just a special mint? How long has it been out for? How like you have these things that you really can't argue. You have facts that okay, this is a fact that there are only X amount of these. It's a fact that this only had X amount of owners. And the fact this is the mint number, but there's no speculation like, oh, I think I see a dent. If I look at it this way, you just don't have that with digital collectibles. It does take a little bit more of like the, I don't know, like the harsh flipper out of it. Like, oh, you're not going to like this. This isn't a real grade because of X, Y, and Z. There are really no grades with that. I think we had cherry charts and Comics and Crypto have something like that. And I've dabbled around with that as well, but I think digital collectibles really, really solve a lot of this. So Mark Zuckerberg responds to Apple's Vision Pro, and Mark, he says, quote, "There's no kind of magical solutions that they have to any of the constraints on laws and physics that our teams haven't already explored. Every demo that they showed was a person sitting on a couch by themselves," end quote. I don't know if he's just a little salty that people are super excited about this, or he's just like, hey, we've done all this and we realized it wasn't the way to go, so that's why we stopped doing it. Sounds like he's a little salty, but again, I don't know. Who knows? That's just some competition between the two. I really like. I got a question recently that said, "Yo, what's up, Randy? I know you're all about the gold and silver logo. Hashtag what up." Says, "What do you think about the new logos? Are they worth grabbing in your opinion? I'm on the fence right now." So I'll read you what I said, and then I'll read you what I'll just kind of go off the cuff. I said, well, I have a green and orange ones because they're the cheapest, as you know, they are. And I said, I don't think they get really any utility like people are whispering about. And the reason why I say that is because I think, Veve already is kind of having little issues of giving utility to the rest of these gold and silver collectibles just because they want to have that physical utility. They want you to be there at an in-person event, which not everybody can do. Will they airdrop certain things at some point? Probably. I'll keep you posted on that. Anyway, says, I still think they kind of look cool, talking about the new Veve logos, and even if most don't like them, some people will. Out of the millions of people that will have, there will probably be a couple thousand people who want these. Again, just throwing that out there. Probably that want these new logos, because again, these are all the ones that Veve has. They have the red logo for certain things, green logo for certain things. And again, I only have the green and the orange because they are the cheapest. I think they'll go up at some point. A buddy of mine has 14 green logos, and 4 of which are sub 100. It's wild. Anyway, going on this, a lot of people are matching their gold and silver logo to these new logos. A lot of people did that with the Lambos as well. And for a lot of people, this is an option. You can go and you can kind of hunt, and you'll maybe pay a little bit more. But yeah, it for a lot of people, it is possible. Where it does get a little squirrely is that some people, hey, the mint just wasn't minted. That was held back by Veve. I saw the same thing with the Lambos. Some things just weren't there. Unfortunately for some people like me, where you have the number 41, and it's like a first world problem if there ever was one. Number 41 Lambos, I'd have to pay like 5 figures. The 41 logos, they're all scattered with different things. And unfortunately, that does prevent other people from collecting those and paying those as well. They know, oh, Randy Chavez has a number 41 logo. He's not letting that go. So I'm not going to go for the 41 just because I'll never complete the set. Other people might want the 42, the 43, whatever. Again, it is hard in the first 500 because most people that have that gold and silver logo really are not going to give that up, at least not for an extraordinary amount of money. And if they do, okay, cool. You have the ones that you have now. You have 5 different logos. But David did mention that we're going to have another logo, and I don't know if they're going to airdrop it. I don't know if it's going to be part of a wait list. I don't know what they're going to do. And if they do airdrop it, we don't know what numbers are going to be held back. And who's to say that we're not going to get a purple logo in the future? We're not going to get a rainbow logo in the future. Pride Month. It's just a lot. It's like, okay, the Mighties. Collect what you like for the most part. I love the Mighties, and I have every set, and a lot of things I have sub 100. But the reason why it gets really hard to do is just there's always going to be more Mighties. We should have at least 2 more this year. Probably one for either San Diego or one for New York, either or. And then you're going to have one for the Marvels. Speaking of other things that we might get in the future, you might have some Star Wars things in August or maybe October. Whenever the Ahsoka series begins or ends, you might have Grogu in there. You might have Grogu in there from the Ahsoka series, or you might have Grogu in there from the Platinum Moments. We still haven't gotten any more of those. Outside, by the way, some of those Platinum Moments posters after the Apple keynote, they went sky high. Anyway, because of that Ahsoka series, so you might get Ahsoka, you might get Thrawn, you might get we've had Boba Fett. Why not get Din Djarin? Why not get a bunch of these other people in? I think that would be really cool. Give us Ahsoka, no lightsabers, because again, we have her lightsabers already. I'm waiting for the day where we can get someone and we can give them their lightsaber. Come on, Veve, let's go. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Yeah.